represent the data gathered aside from using tables. Are you ready to learn new things today? Most essential learning competency. At the end of the lesson, the learner uses appropriate graphs to represent organized data. Bar graph, pie graph, and line graph. The learners use appropriate graphs and charts in representing statistics data. To start with our lesson for today, let's have first a game. I will show you some pictures and you just need to identify what this picture is. Are you ready? You will be given 5 seconds to think for your answer. Picture number 1. What does this figure show? Correct. It's bar graph. Picture number 2. Correct. It's pie graph. Picture number 3. Correct. It's line graph. Let us consider the situation below. The TLA teachers conducted a survey among incoming grade 9 students. They asked a sample of 200 students with the following survey question. Survey on TLE 9 subjects. In which TLE specialization would you like to enroll? Cookery, dressmaking, electronics, nail care. The following frequency distribution was constructed. For cookery, we have 42. Dressmaking, 68, electronics, 36, and nail care, 54. The given frequency distribution can be presented using graph. It is a pictorial representation of statistical data. This is used to represent a set of data to make it easier to understand and easily interpret statistical information. There are 2 diagrams with which you may present your frequency distribution using a bar graph or a pie graph. Bar graph. A bar graph is a representation that uses bars or rectangles that show the frequency of each category. Comparison among frequencies can be easily done by looking at the respective heights of the bars. Gaps between bars are spaced equally. Number 1. How many students chose cookery? Very good, 42. Number 2, how many students chose nail care? Great, 54. Number 3, which TLE 9 subject shows you the tallest bar on the graph? Dressmaking, correct. Number 4, the shortest bar is displayed by what TLE 9 subjects? Very good. Electronics. Number 5. Which bar have the least difference between their heights? Very good. Cookery and electronics. Pie graph. A pie chart is a circular diagram that shows the proportion of each category. Each proportion is usually labeled by either percent or a fraction. The slices in the pie chart are known as sectors. How to construct a pie chart? To complete a pie chart, you need to compute first the percentage of each observation, then the number of degree for the sector of the size of the place of slice for each observation. Look at the table. To compute the percentage, all you need to do is divide the frequency to the total frequency. In cookery, we have 42 divided by 20 times 100 is equal to 21%. The number of degrees, get the 21% of 360 degree, it is equal to 75.6 degree. In dressmaking, 68 divided by 200 times 100 equals 34%. Get the 34% of 360, it yields to 122.4 degrees. In electronics, 36 divided by 200 times 100 will give you 18%. 18% of 360 is 64.8. For nail care, 54 divided by 200 times 100 equals 27%. 27% of 360 is equal to 97.2. With the aid of a protractor and compass, you can construct the circle and sectors needed. Lastly, label each sector with their corresponding observation and percentage. This is now the pie chart that we had for students' choice of TLE 9 subjects. The pie chart is divided into 4: dressmaking, which have 34%, electronics, which have 18%, nail care 27%, and cookery 21%. Based from the pie chart, let's answer the following questions. Number 1. Which TLE 9 subject has the greatest proportion chosen by the students? Correct. Dressmaking. Number 2. What TLE 9 subject has the least percentage? Very good. Electronics. Number 3. What percent of the students chose nail care? Great! 27%. Number 4. How much greater in proportion is cookery than electronics? Correct, 3%. Number 5. If the needed number of teachers will be based on the number of their students, which TLE subject should have the greatest number of teachers? Very good. Dressmaking. Line graph. A line graph is an illustration that shows an association between the independent variable, which is on the horizontal axis, and the dependent variable, which is located on the vertical axis. Consider the following situation and their data set. Situation number 1, weather temperature. A science teacher would like to study how the temperature changes within a day. Thus, he recorded the temperature reading after every hour. Below was his record. 9 a.m. 23 degrees Celsius, 10 a.m. 24 degrees Celsius, 11 a.m. 26 degrees Celsius, 12 noon 27 degrees Celsius, 1 p.m. 27 degrees Celsius, 2 p.m. 25 degrees Celsius, 3 p.m. 24 degrees Celsius, 4 p.m. 24 degrees Celsius. Using a line graph, you can easily see between what time of the day the temperature is inclining, declining, or retained. Let the horizontal line be the time reading, while the vertical line be the temperature reading. From the given line graph, let us answer the following question. Number 1. What is the lowest temperature between 9 a.m. until 4 p.m.? Very good, 23 degrees Celsius. Number 2. At what time was the highest temperature measured? Correct, 12 noon and 1 p.m. Number 3. Between what times there is no change in temperature? Very good. 12 noon to 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Number 4. What is the increase in temperature between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m.? Very good, 3 degrees Celsius. Next, number 5. Between what time is there a decline of temperature? (1 p.m. and 3 p.m.) Very good. Situation number 2, motion. A jeepney is moving straight ahead along Maharlika Highway. You would like to study the motion of the jeepney by knowing its displacement from the starting station at different times of your travel. Below are the recorded displacements. We have the time reading from 1 p.m. to 1:10 p.m. and the displacement from 0 meter to 1050 meter. Based on the graph, what is the displacement at 1:02 p.m.? Very good, 250 meter. Number 2, at what time was the displacement equal to 850 meter? Correct, it's at 1:08 p.m. Number 3, between what time period is the slant of the line steepest? Very good, it's at 1:06 to 1:08 p.m. Number 4, between 1:02 p.m. and 1:06 p.m., what is the change in displacement? Correct, it's 300 meter. Number 5, it took how many minutes to reach the displacement of 850 meters? Very good, it's 8 minutes. For your learning test, answer the following in a clean sheet of paper. Learning Test 1. A survey was conducted among 100 students and they were asked which among the four core values is the most relevant. Below is its frequency distribution. Complete the bar graph at the right. Learning Task 2. Using the table in Learning Task 1, complete the table below to compute for the size of the sector. Complete the pie chart and include the labels. And for Learning Task 3, a community pantry organizer recorded the donation for the past 7 days. Using the table below, construct a line graph and include labels.
Now let's take this short activity. Fill in the blanks. Number 1. Blank is the appropriate diagram to show how much greater or less one measurement of an observation is from the other. Correct. The answer is bar graph. Number 2. Blank is the most useful diagram that will present the proportion of each observation in relation to the total data set. Correct. It's pie graph. Number 3. Blank is the graph that displays the trend or the behavior of the data set. The correct answer is line graph. Number 4. In a line graph, the axes are labeled wherein the independent variable is on the blank while the blank variable is on the vertical axis. The correct answer is independent variable is on the horizontal axis while the dependent variable is on the vertical axis. Let's have this short quiz. Direction: encircle the letter that corresponds to your best answer. Number 1. Based on the Meralco-Beale bar graph, in what month is the electricity consumption the highest? A. May, B. June, C. February, D. March. The correct answer is letter B, June. Number 2. In what month was the electricity consumption the lowest? A. August, B. September, C. October, D. November. The correct answer is letter C, October.
Number 3. Based on the pie chart, what is the most abundant gas in the atmosphere? A. Oxygen, B. Carbon dioxide, C. Nitrogen, D. Argon. And the correct answer is letter C, nitrogen. Number 4. What is the percentage of all other gases? A. 78%, B. 21%, C. 1%, D. 1100%. The correct answer is letter C, 1%. Number 5. Melinda would like to know if there is an increasing trend in the number of her suki or customers in her new business for past 2 weeks. Which of the following should she use to look at how her business is going? A. Bar graph, B. Line graph, C. Pie chart, D. Histogram. The correct answer is letter B, line graph. For your reflection, communicate your personal assessment as indicated in the learner's assessment card. Using the symbols below, choose one which best describes your experience in working on each given task. Draw it in the column for level of performance. Be guided by the description below. Is there any question? Is everything clear? If you have any question, just drop your message in our GC for me to accommodate you. Always feel free to ask question or clarification about our lesson. Happy learning! Thank you very much. I hope you have learned new things today. Till next time, bye-bye!